Living in the world today is such a facade. It's doable to be happy, but you can't sustain that all the time. When you're ADHD, you think that if you can't sustain that image of happiness and joy all the time, that you're failing. Of course I feel like a failure now. I mean, it's just natural. It's what I feel. But that's part of it, you know, the ups and downs. I'm embracing the down part of life right now. But, I mean, you look around, and nothing repulses me more than seeing all of these houses around me, you know? Especially big houses. It's so repulsive to look at. Like, you just don't need that much space, and you think you want that much space, but when you have, and you say that you do it for your kids, right? But when you get there, and you get in there, it's too big, you know? And like, well, what do you want your kids to stay inside all the time and use that space? What are they going to do? They're going to just sit in a small room and play video games. You don't need all the space to do that. What do you expect's going to happen? Like, do you think they're going to run around all that big space? No, they want to go play outside. You know, if anything, get a small house with a big backyard. I mean, that's what I have, you know? Got my trailer. When my kids are in it, all they want to do is play video games. So guess what? We go outside, and they love it, and they're happy, and they get all their energy out. I don't know what you need I don't know what a big house is used for. Then you fill it with things, and then if you don't have, then I guess you surround yourself with friends that you can talk about these things that you buy with, and that gives you satisfaction in life. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, I can't wrap my head around that. I think that's such a, I don't know, it's just pointless. It's not real. And then people have competitions about buying certain things or buying the next car, but who cares? Like, that stuff doesn't even matter. Who cares how fast your car can get to 60, you know? Who cares what lift kit is? Most of the people that get these lift kits don't even use it. They just drive around so people can look at them and wish they had what they had. But actually owning that thing isn't satisfying in itself. So the satisfaction is to buy it so that other people can envy you. Like, that's bull crap. Like, that's so stupid. Or to have the bigger house because so-and-so has the bigger house. Or the newer, nicer thing, or the newer trend. It's all crap. I love living in a trailer for that reason. I feel like I haven't given in to the stupidity of the world, and the way people live in this world. Maybe I'm all alone in that thinking. But I just think, what people put their hope in their dreams is pointless. Like, why do you put your trust in, objects or things? You really learn a lot about yourself when you live alone. Because you stop trying to impress people. Because you have no friends. There's no one to impress anymore. So guess what? You have to really dig a little deeper than that. You find that family is a sustaining thing. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter what you have. My kids are happy in a small space. As they get older, guess what? We'll just go do things when they come with me. You don't need a lot of space. You have so much space on the outside. Go be outside. But when you're alone, you realize the truth. And in a way, I guess it sets you free, but at the same time, it's almost more sad. Because what it really does is it sets you apart. When you live alone, and you don't live to impress other people around you, you stop living to impress yourself. Because that doesn't even matter. And when you live alone, and there's no one to impress, including yourself, you really dig deep to find meaning to your life, something to live for. And it's never about things. Even experiences, traveling, only is skin deep. Seeing a new location only has so much of a high, or a new place. The variety is here for a reason. It's good to have the variety. It does keep things interesting, but it only goes so far, you know? Those new experiences become the normal for your brain. And when your brain is kind of in a lower depressed state to begin with, then everything becomes depressing. So that's kind of hard. But for normal people, like, it's good. The variety keeps them going. But again, when you live alone, those things don't matter anymore. And you realize they never did. And you start feeling sorry for the people that don't realize that yet. That keep reaching and keep buying and keep purchasing things, looking and grasping for something more, for some hope or some happiness, but really it's just a distraction. It's just a chemical stimulation in your brain that causes you to really not take a step back and look at your life and look at the issues that you need to deal with. It's just a diversion. Same with drugs. Drugs are that diversion too. It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Both of those things can kill you. Actually, I think materialism can kill you, and I think drugs can kill you too. Same thing. Just die a little bit more inside. It just took me, well, I got there pretty quick in my life, you know. Living as a minimalist is forcing me to cope with a new level of low, to make that my norm, and to not, yes, I'm depressed, but I'm trying to cope and adapt to it so that it becomes a normal for me that's actually good and productive, where I can help other people, where I can be productive, where I can go do things, not with the hope that they'll give me this high or this buzz or this adrenaline thing, but because I'll actually enjoy it for what it is. So when I look at the world as someone that's alone and by himself, I am sad for the world. Because so many people haven't realized the truth. That the newer, bigger, better thing just doesn't matter. And that's been said so many times before, but it really is the truth. Go live in isolation. Go feel like isolate yourself your whole life, like I do. And you'll get to that quickly enough. When you're isolated, those things just don't matter. They never did. And you'll find some things that really do matter in your life. Your kids matter. Family matter. That's really it. Knowledge is always good. It's not always good, but it helps. It helps to not be ignorant. It helps not to be closed-minded to things. No offense, but I think people that don't believe in God are really closed-minded. I know they'll say the opposite, but really, like, you're telling yourself that, you know, I don't know, like, it just doesn't make sense to close your mind off to possibilities. That's how you die a little bit quicker, I think. So, I don't know, I'd say keep an open mind just in case, right? Why not? So, Another night to being alone.